Alright, so I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not, but today I actually found new tech. Unlike the useless crap I've been posting with Sagat recently. So this is essentially just one thing. It's a new block string for Sagat. This is somewhat similar. It's taking into effect something I did with Cody when I was talking about everything that he can do with his knife. The v3.61, where I talked about how when you have normals that are so plus on block that you can create like true block strings with them into stuff, then you can actually put microwalks in between your block strings so that you can get longer block strings than you normally could that are still frame tight. So for this case, standing light punch, 4-frame startup, really good, but whiffs on crouchers unless you're really close. But the distance is actually fairly considerable. Like, it looks like it only hits point blank on crouchers, but it actually hits slightly farther than that. So there is, like, that's max range and that's point blank. And because it's +4, you can, so that means that you only need to be +1 to frame trap someone with a to frame trap someone who only has 4-framers, and you need to be +2 to frame trap someone that has 3-framers if you're Sagat and your fastest normal is a 4-framer. So that or that. So because of that, you can walk forwards for 2 frames. If you get them to block this point blank, you can walk forward for 2 frames and get them to block it again, even if they still remain crouching. And it's an actually legitimately tight frame trap, and then you can combo off of it. You can do the same thing with medium punch being 6-frame startup. You can micro walk, even against characters with 3-framers, you can micro walk for 1 frame before doing it. And for 2 frames against characters with 4-framers. It just means that against characters that don't have 3-framers, you can walk forwards longer and be more lax with your timing. So you can get these extended block strings by putting in micro walks with your moves that are with this standing light punch that's super plus on block. So your basic frame tight block string so his best block string by default would be probably standing light punch, standing medium punch, crouching medium punch. And then you can do that crouching medium punch into like a fireball or whatever. But because if you get the first hit on counter hit, you get the full thing, and you can cancel that into whatever. If you get the second hit counter hit, you can easily hit confirm that. And if you get the third hit counter hit, then you can just like do a fireball. Or rather, sorry, if they block your second medium punch, then instead of doing a crouching medium punch, you can just do another standing medium punch, and if they get hit by that counter hit, you can combo off it with a raw heavy uppercut. So by default, that's your best block string. Light punch, medium punch, and if either the light punch or medium punch get a counter hit, then you go into crouching medium punch instead of standing medium punch afterwards. But other than that, that's 1, 2, 3 things that he can do in a row, all of which he can hit confirm on counter hit into a knockdown. Well, using this walk forward tech, you can get a new block string that is also 3 hits, all of which you can hit confirm into a knockdown on counter hit. So I have him doing reversal 4-framer. This is just to demonstrate this. You can do all of this on characters with 3-framers. It's just you have to be more precise with your timing and not walk forward as far. So you can get a slight micro walk forward, and you can combo like that on counter hit into, whatever. But the main block string that you would go for is you would do light punch, micro walk forward, light punch, like that. And then after that, you would micro walk forward and do medium punch. Or if you see that you got the hit you see that you got this hit counter hit, that second light punch, then you micro walk forwards and do crouching light punch and combo off of it, because not only is it really plus on block, it's also really plus on hit as well. so you don't have to hit your button immediately. If you get it, you can microwalk forwards and then hit confirm it with your fastest normal. So even if you can't really like immediately react to, even if it's a light with a lot of hit stun compared to most light attacks, it's still going to be tough to react to getting that counter hit and immediately going straight into something like that. So instead, this takes into account, you know, regular people reaction speeds, and I have tested this to make sure that I can totally do it. Like so. So if I see that it's blocked, I microwalk forward and do a medium punch like that, and if I see that it got the hit, so you keep microwalking forwards after you do the light punch, and if you see that it's blocked, then as soon as you can, you react with a medium punch, and if you see that it got the hit, as soon as you can, you react with crouching light punch into uppercut. Like so. So the actual block string, if he's blocking the whole thing, would look like this. So light punch, microwalk, medium punch. Like that. And that is, even with all those microwalks, that is frame tight. They can't interrupt that. And if, like I said, if the second hit connects, even though, by default, if you do, like, say, light punch, and then light punch at max range, crouching light punch won't work. With the microwalk, it will. Like so. And that the frame advantage that you have on block is completely enough to do that. For this block string. And just like the regular block string, light punch, medium punch, you can also hit confirm that last medium punch for light punch, microwalk, medium punch. You can hit confirm that medium punch on counter hit into a heavy uppercut. So here with him reversling with a 4-framer. Like so. And against a character with a 3-framer. Or, the reason I'm not doing reuse 3-framer is because I want to show that, like, the light punch is close enough to hit the opponent while they're crouching, whereas reuse 3-framer is a standing one, so. There you go. It's much tighter to do on characters with 3-framers because you have to do a smaller microwalk, which means you have to be very exact about your microwalk afterwards to link the crouching light punch. But it most certainly does work, and it is most certainly legitimate. There's probably other locations in his block strings where you can integrate these microwalks off of other situations where you can force the opponent to block, like a light punch. You can even off of regular just light punch, medium punch, you can add a small microwalk before doing the medium punch, just to be slightly closer and slightly more threatening for a throw. Even though at point blank you're already in range for a throw, even if you're like this far away from your opponent and you won't get the full string, you can close the gap and do it from a little bit further away. Like so. So yeah, but also having a frame tight, having a frame tight frame trap sequence that is like 3 hits in a row, all of them hit confirmable on counter hit into a knockdown, that involves microwalks and lights and such, gives you a lot more freedom to add more microwalks in your pressure, and having more block strings allows you to fit more situations better, especially since this block string will be better for if the opponent's also like walking backwards or trying to backdash than this one would be. And after this block string, you're closer than you would be after this block string, where you can see crouching medium punch doesn't link, but as you can see, you're definitely close enough after that one. Much closer. So it's 3 hits that are hit confirmable on counter hit, plus additional hits that might not be hit confirmable. And if you have V-trigger ready to activate, you can throw that, and then you get enough plus frames to, and any time that you do that on block, EX low tiger shot into activation, you get enough plus frames to do a full forward dash and still be plus. Now, depending on where you are when you throw it, you might not be in range for a throw afterwards. But you're certainly plus enough to do one if you're close enough. So that's a complete block string with no gaps. So I think that's pretty good, although trying to do this against characters that are reversaling with 3-framers online, like, the timing is very strict if you're trying to do that. There we go. But yes, it is legitimate, even if it's requires you to get the timing down precisely.